what are we going to cover in this webinar? Well, I think there's really three things that I want to try and get through with you. I want to show you how you can create an unlimited tax-free income by introducing just two people to the Winning Express and supporting arbitrage. Obviously you can introduce more, but let's just see how it goes with two. And show you how you can earn an average of 2% per month on your money. You know, we're going to talk about the guarantee of this full refund on your money if you don't make any profit in the first month of that. And then we'll run through some real life case studies as to what has been achieved. Achievements that you can emulate yourself using a proven process that you can have access to. And I think that the beauty of something like this is that the process is completely replicatable. That if one person can do it, then another person can do it, and another person can do it. And we can just build a network based on the experience that exists with the people that we work with and the people who've introduced us to Winning Express itself. So, who am I and how did I get involved? Well, I'm 61 years old, I'm married, I've got 2 grown-up children, 1 grandson, and I run a business called My Goal Is. My Goal Is built around helping people to make their money work harder. And a lot of the people that I work with, the clients that I work with, demand quite high returns. And through a contact of mine who introduced me to another product, he showed me and told me about Winning Express, and that's how I got involved. We maybe looked at Winning Express for about 12 months before we finally took the step to move forward. But I wanted to be sure that the returns were true and that it did exactly what it said on it said it did on the tin, and it does do that. And I've got no hesitation in introducing my clients and my friends to this product itself. What have I achieved so far? Well, actually, I'm going to be one of the case studies tonight. So you'll have to wait a little bit longer to find out about what I've achieved. And then the final question really is about why you should be listening. Well, I think I'd like to share my knowledge and my experience. And we've also got a special guest tonight who's going to share his knowledge and his experience. I'm not going to say too much about that at the moment, but if you listen through the webinar, then you'll get to meet this particular person. And I'm going to provide you with access to some proven methodology that will allow you to grow a business in exactly the same way as I've grown mine and the people above me have grown theirs, and the people that I'm working with below me are growing theirs as well. So, why do we need to do something like this? Well, the problem we've got is really about trying to achieve financial freedom. And it's very, very difficult to save money to invest. Cost of living constantly goes up. Families place demands on our money. So, whenever we try to save some money, there's always other demands on it. And the cash can run through our fingers very, very quickly. If we can save money, and we try and put it, as we save it, say, in the normal high street products, then high street returns are incredibly low. Probably one of the best returns at the moment is the Santander 123 account. And you're allowed to put up to £20,000 in that, and you can, in an individual name, hold 2 123 accounts. But the maximum interest you're going to get is 3% a year. And it just makes it incredibly difficult. We're at the time now where people are introducing their ISA rates for the coming year. And again, you're very, very lucky on a 5-year cash ISA to get anything more than about 2.75%. And when you start thinking about that, then you actually sort of say, well, does this actually keep pace with inflation? Is the money that I've got going to be worth as much in 12 months' time as it is today? So what we tend to do then is we tend to look to whether we can self-invest. But we need expertise to do that. And it's very, very difficult to actually acquire that expertise and to be comfortable with the alternative options that are there. So we just seem to be locked into a vicious circle where we try to save money, but it runs through our fingers. When we can save money, we don't get very, very good returns. And when we try to work on things where we can self-invest, then it's difficult to actually do that for ourselves. Now, here's the first thing I'd like to do is that we're going to run a couple of polls, and this is the first one. So Henry, you'll need to get ready to actually put this up onto the screen. Henry's going to put a screen up now which has got a yes and a no button. And one of the problems that we face is that when we try to find products that we can use to build second incomes, create high returns, is that there are lots of myths associated with them. And the most common myths that we come up with when we're talking about winning express and sporting arbitrage are these two here. First of all, it sounds too good to be true. It's got to be a scam, or it's got to be illegal. Well, when we think about it, Richard Branson actually sort of said that if something is too good to be true, join it and then work out how it's done. Now, Milton Express founded this particular product, Winning Express and Sporting Arbitrage, back in 2009. And since 2009, it's produced consistent results. Milton Express, through Winning Express, are also quite a high-profile company. If you go onto the Winning Express website and look down the left-hand side, you'll see that there's a button down there which has got an events calendar. And if you look through that events calendar, you'll see that Winning Express are sponsoring a number of high-profile race meetings. And when we say sponsor, when you go there, the Winning Express branding is everywhere. And if this was a scam or it was illegal, then they'd be keeping a very, very low profile. You also got to remember as well that Winning Express actually owned two racehorses. There's a filly called Winning Express, and she had quite a successful season last year. And there's also, I think it's a colt, it's certainly male, and he's called Express himself. And again, you'll see in the events calendar that they're actually running in May. So if it was a scam or if it was illegal, the company wouldn't be involved in these kinds of activities. And then the other thing that we get, the other myth that we have, is gambling. Well, yes, okay, this opportunity, sporting arbitrage, is part of the betting and gaming industry. But to my mind, gambling is when you take a chunk of money and you go and back the 100-to-1 outsider, which really has got very, very little chance of winning. That's gambling. Now, betting is very, very different. The sporting arbitrage process is based on a mathematical formula. It follows a set of rules, and providing you follow that set of rules, you can't lose. But it doesn't mean to say you're always going to win. Now, arbitrage is used very, very widely by lots and lots of people that we trust. Well, we used to trust. And I'm thinking of the banks. So at the moment, the banks have now closed. The money that was in our bank accounts is no longer there. It's now out in the market being traded overnight. But they're using an arbitrage process because they know that the money that they took out, they've got to put back in tomorrow morning. You're not going to accept something which is slightly lower than was in there last night. You want exactly the same amount of money. So they use an arbitrage process to ensure that the money that they took out will be there in the morning. And that's exactly what happens with sporting arbitrage. It's a process whereby if we can buy at a lower price and sell at a higher price, we lock in a profit, and we can't make any losses as we move forward. But what we've got to remember is we may not always win on an arbitrage, but providing we do a sufficient number of these over a month, then the small profits that we make enable the returns to be paid to the members of the sporting arbitrage program. So let's move on a little bit more and talk about the things that really you should know about Winning Express and sporting arbitrage. Well, first of all, this is a networking opportunity with a difference. What we've got in terms of sporting arbitrage is a straightforward, simple, clear, tax-free profit. So all the money that you put in, you earn through commissions that you put into your sporting arbitrage account, any money that you deposit into sporting arbitrage account itself, anything that you gain from there is tax-free. Why is it tax-free? Because it arises from betting and gaming, and there are no betting and gaming taxes in the UK. Now, what you must remember, though, is that the money that you earn on the Winning Express membership fees, you should really declare, because it's a taxable income. And the money that you get through the sporting arbitrage deposits, the commissions that you get, then again, that is really a taxable income, and you should declare that. But as you grow your network, what you're developing is this huge residual income. Henry and I were at a networking event last night, and one of the guys there, one of the speakers, actually turned around and said, I look for things where I work once and then earn income for the rest of my life. And I think that's what we've really got here with Winning Express and sporting arbitrage. Once we've worked with the people, we've brought them on board, then because of the returns that they're going to get, very, very unlikely that they're not going to renew and they're not going to put, either keep the money in or put more money in as they get growing confidence. And there's a lot of personal experience around this. And the guest that we've got tonight is going to share his personal experience around what he's gained over a 2-year period through Winning Express and Sporting Arbitrage. So what we've got then is this fabulous earning opportunity. So just imagine this network where earnings potentially is unlimited. There's no caps. Earnings are paid weekly. You get full promotional support from a company that's determined to achieve financial independence for its members, and that's enshrined really in the mission statement for Winning Express. And it's a true day one opportunity. What do we mean by a day one opportunity? Well, you start earning money right from day one. So you sign up, you put your money in, your money's invested, it's earning tax-free gains. You introduce somebody, you get told immediately that they've signed up, and the money is there in your account. So you're not waiting for anything. There's no qualifying period before you get income and you qualify to get bonuses or anything like that. So it's a true day one opportunity. So here's your next poll. Henry, you ready for this one? So we need motivated, imaginative people who genuinely intend to become financially independent. Is this you within Winning Express? 2 basic products. There's a sports betting advice service, and some of you, anybody that's signed up, will have already started to receive the text messages, which gives you advice, gives you betting advice as to what you could do with your money. Now, I have to put my hand up and say, I don't really fully understand this. It's not something that I put money into at the moment, but and the sports betting advice, you can either do the betting yourself or you can use the managed service. Now, I understand that by using either the managed service or the betting advice service, that it is quite possible to make 10 to 12% a month. But there is also equally possible to actually have a losing month or a losing quarter. But overall, over the course of a 12-month period, the gains that I've seen are generally very, very high. But for people that want a secure income, then it's the sporting arbitrage product that is really ideal. Because again, when you put your deposit in, it's managed for you. The traders use those funds, and it's returning over 2% per month tax-free. So that's 24% per annum. And when you compare that with what you can get in the high street, probably the maximum of 3% on about £20,000. There's just no comparison. But the sporting arbitrage service is the one where which really turns around and says, look, your money's there. We're using an arbitrage process. It's not going to grow. It's not going to reduce in value, but it will go up in value. And on average, at the moment, it's returning in excess of 2% per month. Now, the commissions that we earn, now when we introduce people, when we sponsor people into our networks, then we get paid on 8 levels. So for the people that we introduce below us, when they pay their £99, we get £30. They introduce somebody, they get the £30, we get £15. And so it goes down through the 8 levels. And I said at the beginning of this presentation, we focus on just introducing 2 people. Well, if those 2 people then introduced another 2 people, and so it went down through 8 levels, we would actually get an income of £1,860 a quarter. Now, that money, you'd have to pay your quarterly membership fee from that, which is £99, and then you could withdraw that money and then put that into your sporting arbitrage account, and then that would earn at the moment it's only 2.15%. So, and again, it's tax-free. So again, it's a great way of actually making money that you put in, get it really grow and work hard for you. But just suppose we do it on what we call the rule of 3, and we introduce 3 people, and they introduce 3 people, and they introduce 3 people. Well, suddenly we're earning £31,531 per quarter. Okay, take your £99 membership fee out of that and just see where that goes. But that's a lot of money that you can earn. Now, it will take a long time to actually get to that level, but you can see that somewhere between the 2 model and the 3 model is where we're all going to sit. So potentially there's quite a lot of commissions that we can earn just from the introductions that we make, which we can then put into our sporting arbitrage account and make even more money. But what we've also got to remember is not only do we get commissions on the membership fees, but we also get commissions on the deposits that people make. So whenever one of the people that we introduce in level 1 makes a deposit, we get a bonus of 2% of that money. Okay, but that's only for our level 1 people. And then, providing that money stays in there, we then get 0.5% on this deposit each month on an ongoing basis. Now, what also happens is that your level 2 people, your tier 2 people, when they make a deposit, we're credited with 0.25% each month. And that goes into your safe. And that safe, that money in that safe, is accessed once you achieve ambassador status. And ambassador status is where you've got 3 people at tier 1, 9 people at tier 2, and 27 people at tier 3. And when you've got all of those, they're all paid up, then that will unlock the safe, and the funds that are in there will be released into your sporting arbitrage account. And I'll show you a couple of examples of that when we look at the case study in a moment. So, and what other incentives are there? Well, the big incentive is a tax-free return. I think we'd all like not to have to give the Chancellor of the Exchequer more of our own personal money. We've got this huge commission earnings potential, and we've also got these monthly draws. Now, it was announced earlier this year that for all members that achieve pioneer status, and pioneer status means that you've got 3 paid up members at tier 1, will be entered into a monthly draw. And the price of that monthly draw is £1,000. And that £1,000 will be paid into your sporting arbitrage account. And then you've got a choice. You can either leave it in there to grow, or you can withdraw it through the normal 14-day notice period. So, there's some great things there for us. And there are also ad hoc incentives as well. In the autumn, there was a cruise. And again, a very lucky couple went off on the cruise. And earlier this year, there was a promotion to win a trip to the Dubai World Cup, which is the richest horse race in the world. And my wife and I won that. And again, I think we really very, very fortunate to be part of Winning Express and to have that opportunity to go off and to participate in these kind of events. And so it's just something, again, that just adds a little bit more excitement to this Winning Express community. Now, when you sponsor somebody, so when you join, each of you will have your own affiliate site, which you can use to promote your business. So you have your own unique identity. Your identity will be something along the lines of www.winningexpress.com/, and then whatever the affiliate link that you chose to put in there. Now that can be quite a bit of a mouthful if you want to give it to somebody to try and remember. But what a number of us have done is we've gone to somewhere like 123reg.com and we bought a URL. And I bought a URL called taxfreeprofits.info. And then I've masked that on top of my affiliate link. So when I want to give somebody an access to my website, my Winning Express website, I just say, well, just go to taxfreeprofits.info. And that's much easier to use and to get other people to remember when they move forward. But once you've subscribed, once you're there, you'll have your own affiliate link, and then when you've given somebody that link, and when they subscribe via your site, you're automatically informed. You get told straight away, first of all, when somebody registers, and then secondly, when they've paid money, because you get an email that says that you've earned commission, and you're credited with that appropriate commission immediately. And through the website, you can check, through your own personal website, you can log in and you can check your running total 24/7. And through the money that you make through Winning Express, through the membership fees, you can make 2 withdrawals a month. And again, it's entirely up to you what you do with that money. You can spend it, or you can deposit into sporting arbitrage and let it grow at over 2% a month. So what does a website offer? A little bit more detail. You get access to the back office through a personal username and a password, and you log in using that. And you've got your affiliate site, which you can use to promote your business. As we said, you get automatic notification of when commissions are earned, and you're able to track and monitor your network. So you can see there's a nice little, almost like a pyramid diagram, where you can see yourself, you can see the people underneath you going through different tiers, and you also are able to actually see the details of the individuals. So if you want to communicate with them and send them a message, then you've got access to doing that. So it's very, very strong network building tools in the back office for you. And all of the results are updated daily, so you can see the performance of Winning Express on a daily basis moving forward. So what do you need to do? Well, if you want to take advantage of Winning Express and Sporting Arbitrage, if you sign up with your sponsor in the next 48 hours, then what you're going to do is you're going to receive access to limitless tax-free income. You're going to get access to growth on your money, an average of 2% per month, and you're going to get this 90-day money-back guarantee. You get your affiliate site, and what we're going to do is also give you the bonus of what we call the Getting Started Pack. So what's in this Getting Started Pack? The Getting Started Pack consists of some unbranded documents. What do I mean by that? They're documents that we've developed, which I've used and I've branded with my own logo on, but we've produced them as a Word document, and they're completely unbranded. What you need to do is to put in your affiliate link, and you've got a logo, put your own logo on them, and then you can give these out to people to help them to understand what this is all about. So you get a Sporting Arbitrage briefing document, you get an annual return comparison chart. One of my members, Adrian Michael, put together a comparison chart of the Santander 1, 2, 3 accounts. They're going up in thousands from 1,000, 2,000 up to 20,000, and then compared it with the returns from from Sporting Arbitrage, and we only used 2% a month. We took out the membership fees, but even at £2,000, a £2,000 deposit, take your membership fees out from the gain that you've made, still makes more money than the £2,000 deposited into a Santander 1, 2, 3 account. And that's without recruiting anybody underneath you. And we've also compared it with just 2 people in your tier 1 and 3 people in your tier 1, but nobody in the network below that. So you've got a great comparison chart that you can show to people that you'd like to bring into the network. There's a business opportunity briefing document, which again sets out the commissions and how it works, so that you can brief people on that. And then there's a Getting Started briefing document, which is essentially a step-by-step guide. So if they're interested, you put in your personal details, your affiliate link, and they can just literally follow this through step by step to get themselves signed up and again earning commission for you. And what we've also done is to help my people, I've put together a Building Your Network workbook. Now, not everybody is totally comfortable with networking, but they'd like to try and have a go at it. And what this, it's only an 8-page book, but what it does is it takes you through step by step the kind of people that you need to be talking to, how you can identify them, what kind of qualities you're looking for, how you can engage with them, and it just gives some people a little bit more confidence in thinking, well, yes, I can do this as well. So, but we just want to try and help as many people as we possibly can. So, and what you also, there's also a special bonus that will make growing your network even easier. But I'm not going to say too much about that at the moment. I'll come back to that. Now, what I'd like to do now is to move on to the case studies. And I've got 3 case studies. I've got my own case study. I've got a case study based on the gentleman above me, my direct upline, which is a gentleman by the name of Peter Roebuck, and also his direct upline, which is Chris Miller. So let's start with me. So here you can see a picture of my homepage, The Winning Express. You can see that I joined on the 12th of December, and since 12th of December I've earned £510, and I currently have £111 in my account, and some of that is actually being withdrawn tomorrow. And again, my safe is open, and you can see that I've got £14.60 in my safe. Now, this shot was accurate a week last Sunday. So it has changed slightly from then. So that you can certainly see that, you know, I've earned £510 just from the membership introductions that I've made. Now, if we have a look at my Winning Express page, then again you can see in there that I've got a current balance of £705.37. You can see the money that's been paid into my account. Now, none of that money is my money. All of the money that is in that account has been earned from the commissions that have come from the deposits that the people I've introduced have made. So there's not a penny of my own money in that account. I just wanted to prove to myself and to other people that you can actually get into Winning Express with no money at all. And if we go back and just quickly look at the membership page, the Winning Express page, then when I did this, as soon as I could take my £100 out, as soon as I'd earned £100, I took that out and put it back into my bank account. And that was really again to say that, you know, for some people they have to maybe borrow £99 to get started, but it's perfectly possible to do it. You don't have to have money to make money through Winning Express and Sporting Arbitrage. Now, Peter Roebuck adopted a slightly different approach. And again, if we look at his Winning Express page, we can see that Peter joined on the 13th of January 2013, so just over 12 months ago. And he's earned so far £2,856. And he's got nearly £2,000 in his safe. And he needs to get to ambassador status. And when we took this screenshot, he needed 2 more people at level 3 to actually unlock that safe and get that money out. If we have a look at his Sporting Arbitrage account, then we can see at the bottom of this page that he actually put in £100. But that £100 now is worth £4,563.72. Okay, and with the money that he's got in his safe, once that gets released, that's £6,413 in 12 months. So that's a £100 deposit, a £99 membership fee, a little bit of work, you know, get your network rolling, and you can earn some quite substantial sums of money. Now, let's have a look at what Chris Miller's done. Now, Chris has been in a little bit longer than the rest of us. Chris has been in now for nearly 2 years. And he started off with an investment of £10,000. But look at the numbers at the top here. You know, we've got £63,178 in that account, and that's been earned over a 2-year period. Now, if I can do that with this account over a 2-year period, then I think I'm going to be absolutely delighted. And that's the kind of things that I want to try and achieve, and what I want to help the people below me to achieve that come into the network as well. Now, I did say that we had a special guest tonight, and the special guest that we have is Chris Miller. So, Henry, could you open Chris's microphone, please, so that he can join us?
Absolutely. Hello, Chris. Can you hear me?
Hello, Henry. Hello, Neil.
Hi, Chris. How are you?
Hello, Chris.
Very good, thank you, and welcome everybody to the evening's webinar. Great presentation, Neil. Just to give you a bit of background about myself, I've been in network marketing now for 18 years, and my background in network marketing has always been based on selling products. And when I was shown the Winning Express business 2 years ago, what really intrigued me about it was a service-based company. And what I realised was that if the service delivered what it said on the tin, which I found out it does, the members are quite happy to pay the subscriptions when they come up for renewal every quarter. And that was something quite different from what I've been used to. With the product sales, you're basically only as good as your last product sale. You have to keep going out and finding new customers each month. So the residual aspect really appealed to me. And it reminded me of a saying that the American billionaire John Paul Getty made, referring to network marketing. He said, "I'd rather earn 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own." And that really is so true about this industry, network marketing. It's about achieving success by helping other people to achieve success. And and that really appeals to me. And obviously, the nice thing about the services that we've got with Winning Express is that the profits are derived from the sports betting industry. Therefore, providing it's not your main source of income, they're deemed to be tax-free, which is always very nice. The Albert Einstein called compounding the eighth wonder of the world. In fact, he went on to say that those who understand compounding earn it, and those who don't understand it pay it. And when you put compounding together with the leverage that you can achieve through networking this business, the time leverage, you have a very powerful combination. And again, harping back to this previous existence I had with product, we don't have stock to buy. We don't have any returns to deal with. We don't have any monthly qualifiers to do. We don't have any hotel meetings to attend. We don't have anything like breakaways in the compensation plan. In fact, I have to say it's one of the fairest compensation plans I've seen in 18 years. On the figures that Neil was talking about earlier on the subscription, whether it's the associate level subscription at £99 or the higher level executive subscription at £325, 75% of that subscription fee goes back to pay the network commissions. So it's an extremely high payout in networking terms. I heard a saying earlier this week, and it was by a chap called Eric Ward, and he's a network marketing trainer, for want of a better phrase. And he asked the question, what does the average person earn at network marketing? I thought about that. I thought, what does the average person earn at network marketing? Good question. Well, his answer was that the average person earns nothing at network marketing. The reason for this is that to be successful at network marketing, you have to be above average. Now, they say that 97% of people fail at network marketing. And this is true, but at the same time, 97% of people fail at everything in life. This is because being average isn't good enough. It goes with being normal or mediocre. Now, the good news is that you can fail at network marketing, but you can still earn money with Winning Express, because you don't have to network with this organisation. We prefer it if you did, and it makes a lot of sense that the best people to promote the opportunity are the existing members, and it's only right, therefore, that they should be properly compensated. But by the same token, you will get some people that you speak to who don't want to introduce this to their family or their friends. And if that's the case, it doesn't prevent them coming on board themselves and investing their own funds and making a tax-free return on that investment. And in my opinion, there isn't a better or more rewarding business than network marketing. And I also firmly believe that if you go into network marketing, there isn't a better company than Winning Express. They've got a phenomenal mission, which is to create tax-free returns for the members, along with an earnings opportunity. And as Neil mentioned earlier, a sense of enjoyment in simply belonging to a club that's dedicated to our mutual success. Hand it back to Neil. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, thanks, Chris. I think that's been really good. And every time we speak quite often, but whenever we speak, I think that you're always able to offer some kind of guidance, which we can pass down to other people. So thank you for that. Okay, let's just move on then now. What do you need to do? Let's just remind ourselves. So remember, if you sign up via your sponsor in the next 48 hours, you're going to receive access to this limitless tax-free income, access to growth of your money at an average of 2% per month, a 90-day money-back guarantee, an affiliate site, and a bonus, and the bonus of the Getting Started pack. But I said there was something else. I said that there's a valuable special bonus that will make growing your network easy. Well, what we're going to do is that if you sign up within the next 48 hours with your sponsor, we will give you the access code to this webinar so that you can share it with those that you wish to sponsor. Now, what this is going to do is it's going to fast track the building of your network. And if you fast track the building of your network, then you'll be on your way very, very quickly to achieving your financial goal. And you'll be able to cover your quarterly membership fees in no time at all. So again, you can have this no money in deal that we'd all love to get to. Now this webinar we're going to run we run it on a weekly basis. It's going to be on a Wednesday, and we will provide you with the link. So if you've got people that you want to bring into your network and like to know a little bit more, you don't feel quite comfortable in providing all of the information that's required, then you can use the webinar to help you to bring those people on board into your network. So again, as soon as we finish, use the link that's been supplied by your sponsor to sign up. If you